Welcome, fellow travelers and food lovers, to Invest Meets Travel. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest questions you face on any trip. It's a debate that happens in every city, on every continent. You arrive in a new country, your senses are buzzing, and your stomach starts to rumble. You turn a corner and see a bustling street food stall. The air is thick with the smell of sizzling spices and grilling meat. Locals are crowded around, laughing and eating. But then, just across the street, you see a beautiful restaurant. It has elegant lighting, comfortable chairs, and a menu promising a relaxing meal. This is the ultimate food dilemma. Where do you eat? This choice is about more than just satisfying your hunger. It's a decision that shapes your entire travel experience. Do you go for the raw, authentic energy of the street? Or do you choose the calm, curated comfort of a restaurant? Each option offers a completely different path. One pulls you directly into the chaotic, vibrant pulse of local life. The other offers a quiet escape, a moment to sit back and observe from a distance. The decision you make will influence your budget, your connection to the culture, and even the memories you take home with you. It's a choice between adventure and comfort, between the sidewalk and the tablecloth. Many travelers feel torn. Some swear by street food, claiming it's the only way to find truly authentic flavors. They say it's where you find the real heart of a cuisine cooked with passion by vendors who have perfected a single dish over generations. Others are more cautious. They worry about food safety, hygiene, and the lack of a place to sit down and relax. For them, a restaurant is a safer bet. It provides a predictable level of quality, service, and a comfortable environment to enjoy a meal. They believe you can still have an amazing cultural experience without having to stand on a busy street corner to eat. In this video, we are going to settle this debate once and for all. Or at least we'll give you all the information you need to decide for yourself. We're going to break down the showdown between street eats and restaurant dining. We will look at everything from the taste and the cost to the cultural experience and the safety concerns. This isn't just about which one is better in general, it's about helping you understand which one is better for you depending on your travel style, your destination, and what you're looking for in that specific moment. So get ready to explore the delicious world of travel food. So how will we tackle this delicious challenge? We've structured this journey to cover every angle of the street food versus restaurant experience. First, we'll jump straight into the most important factor for any food lover, the flavor. We'll explore the bold, unapologetic tastes you often find on the street and compare them to the more refined and sometimes toned-down dishes served in restaurants. Is street food always more authentic? Do restaurants sacrifice flavor for presentation? We will investigate the great flavor showdown and see which one truly tantalizes the taste buds of a world traveler. It's a battle between generations of family recipes and the creative interpretations of professional chefs. Next, we'll follow the money. One of the most significant differences between these two dining styles is the impact on your wallet. Street food is famous for being incredibly affordable, allowing you to eat like a king on a backpacker's budget in many parts of the world. We'll look at real-world cost comparisons in popular destinations like Thailand, Mexico, and Vietnam. But is the higher price of a restaurant always justified? We'll discuss what you're paying for, the ambiance, the service, the air conditioning, and the overall comfort. It's a classic case of value versus cost, and we'll help you figure out how to best allocate your travel funds for food. After we talk about money, we'll dive deep into the cultural experience. Food is a gateway to understanding a new place, and how you eat is just as important as what you eat. Eating on the street puts you shoulder to shoulder with locals. You get to hear the language, watch daily life unfold, and become part of the scene. Restaurants, on the other hand, offer a different kind of cultural immersion, perhaps a more peaceful, observant one. We'll weigh the pros and cons of each, exploring how they connect you to the local culture in very different ways. This section is all about finding the soul of a destination through its food. Finally, we'll tackle the practicalities that every traveler thinks about. This includes the crucial topic of food safety and cleanliness. We'll offer tips on how to pick a safe street food stall and bust some common myths about restaurant kitchens. We will also look at convenience, variety, and comfort. Street food is fast and lets you sample many things, while restaurants are perfect for a long leisurely evening. We'll also consider things like dietary restrictions and even the Instagram worthiness of your meal. By the end of this guide, you'll have a complete framework for making smart, delicious, and memorable food choices wherever your travels take you. Let's begin with the most important part of any meal, the flavor. When you think of street food, you think of powerful, unforgettable tastes. This is food that doesn't hold back. It's a direct punch of flavor, an explosion of spices, herbs, and textures that tells a story. Street food vendors are often specialists. They have dedicated their entire lives and sometimes their family's legacy to perfecting a single dish. Whether it's a steaming bowl of pho in Hanoi, a perfectly charred skewer of satay in Kuala Lumpur, or a spicy taco al pastor in Mexico City, the recipe has been refined over years, even decades. This is not food designed by a committee, it is food born from tradition and passion, made to be delicious above all else. The secret to this incredible flavor often lies in its simplicity and freshness. Street food stalls don't have large pantries or walk-in freezers. They typically buy their ingredients from the local market each morning, ensuring everything is at its peak. This daily routine means the food you're eating is made from the freshest produce, the most succulent meats, and the most aromatic spices available. The cooking methods are often straightforward but effective: a searing hot wok, a charcoal grill, or a deep bubbling pot. This direct, high-heat cooking locks in flavor and creates those irresistible textures, like the crispy skin on a piece of fried chicken or the smoky char on grilled corn. It's an honest approach to cooking that lets the quality of the ingredients shine. Furthermore, street food is cooked for the local palate. The vendor isn't trying to appeal to a broad international audience. They are cooking for their neighbors, their friends, and the people who have been eating their food for years. This means they don't dial down the spice, skimp on the fish sauce, or shy away from funky fermented flavors that are central to the cuisine. This is the real deal. It's an unapologetic taste of the culture, served up without modification. You are eating the same meal that a local construction worker or office employee would eat for lunch. This commitment to authentic, undiluted flavor is what makes street food such a thrilling and genuine culinary adventure for any traveler. This is why so many food-obsessed travelers believe the soul of a country's cuisine lives on its streets. It's a direct connection to the culinary heritage of a place. You can taste the history in every bite. The flavors are complex, layered, and developed over generations of home cooks and street-side masters. Eating street food is like listening to a city's heartbeat. It's loud, it's vibrant, and it's completely, utterly real. For those who travel to taste the world, the bold and authentic flavors found on the sidewalk are often the most memorable and rewarding part of their journey, offering a delicious glimpse into the true identity of a place. Now, let's step across the street and into the world of restaurant dining. While street food is all about bold, direct flavor, restaurants offer something different: refinement, creativity, and complexity. A restaurant kitchen is a chef's playground. Here, culinary professionals have access to a wider range of ingredients, sophisticated equipment, and the time to experiment. They can take traditional dishes and deconstruct them, adding their own artistic flair and modern techniques. This is where you might find a classic curry transformed into a delicate layered soup, or a simple grilled fish elevated with a complex sauce and an artfully arranged garnish. It's a different kind of flavor experience, one that focuses on balance, subtlety, and presentation. The restaurant environment allows for a more controlled approach to cooking. Chefs can meticulously manage every element of a dish, from the precise temperature of the sous vide bath to the exact amount of salt in a sauce. This precision can lead to incredible consistency and a level of perfection that is hard to achieve on a busy street corner. Restaurants often pride themselves on sourcing high-quality, sometimes rare ingredients that a small vendor couldn't afford or store. Think of premium cuts of meat, imported cheeses, or delicate microgreens that add a unique touch to the plate. This is food as an art form, where every component is carefully considered to create a harmonious and memorable dining experience. Moreover, restaurants provide a platform for culinary innovation. While street food honors tradition, restaurants often push the boundaries of a cuisine. This is where you'll find fusion dishes that blend local flavors with international influences, creating something entirely new and exciting. A talented chef might combine French cooking techniques with Thai spices, or Japanese ingredients with Italian concepts. This creative freedom can result in flavor combinations you've never imagined, expanding your palate and showing you a different side of the local food culture. It's an intellectual experience as much as a sensory one, inviting you to think about the food in a new way and appreciate the skill behind its creation. Ultimately, the flavor in a restaurant is about the complete package. It's not just the taste of the food itself, but the entire orchestrated experience. The ambiance of the room, the quality of the service, the wine pairing that complements the meal. All of these elements work together to enhance the flavors on the plate. It is a curated journey for your senses. While street food offers a raw and powerful snapshot of a cuisine, a restaurant presents a beautifully composed portrait. For travelers seeking a more polished, artistic, and comfortable culinary adventure, the refined and inventive flavors of a good restaurant are simply unbeatable, offering a different but equally valid form of authenticity. This brings us to a critical question in the flavor showdown. Does catering to tourists mean compromising on taste? You know, this is a common criticism leveled against many restaurants, especially those located in high-traffic tourist areas. To appeal to a wider international audience, some establishments may feel pressured to tone down the very flavors that make a cuisine unique. The fiery chilies might be used more sparingly, the pungent fermented shrimp paste might be left out, and the overall flavor profile might be softened to avoid overwhelming a less accustomed palate. This can result in a meal that is pleasant and accessible but, honestly, lacks the authentic punch and character found on the street. This phenomenon is often referred to as cooking for the tourist palate. It's a business decision, really. A restaurant owner wants to ensure all their customers have a good experience and leave a positive review. They might worry that a truly authentic, spicy, or funky dish could be too challenging for some visitors. As a result, the food can become a standardized, safer version of the real thing. It's the culinary equivalent of a souvenir shop, offering a polished but ultimately generic representation of the local culture. For travelers who are specifically seeking the true, unadulterated taste of a destination, this can be a major disappointment and a reason they choose to avoid restaurants in favor of the street. However, it's unfair to paint all restaurants with the same brush. Many incredible restaurants are dedicated to preserving and celebrating authentic flavors. The key is knowing how to find them. Often, the best places are not the ones with flashy signs in multiple languages right next to a major landmark. Instead, they might be tucked away on a side street popular with locals, and have a menu written only in the native language. These establishments take pride in their culinary heritage and trust that diners, both local and foreign, will appreciate the authentic experience. Doing a little research and venturing off the beaten path can lead you to restaurants that deliver both comfort and genuine, uncompromising flavor. Ultimately, the risk of a flavor compromise is real, but it is not inevitable. It highlights the importance of being a discerning traveler. While street food is often a reliable shortcut to authentic taste, thoughtful restaurant choices can be just as rewarding. The challenge lies in distinguishing between a place that is simply a tourist trap and one that is a genuine culinary institution. The flavor showdown isn't a simple case of street food being authentic and restaurants being inauthentic. It's a spectrum, and the most delicious rewards often go to the traveler who is willing to look a little deeper, ask for recommendations, and trust their instincts to find flavor in all its forms. Let's talk money. Street food is the undisputed champion for budget travelers. In places like Bangkok or Mexico City, a full delicious meal can cost less than your morning coffee back home. Street vendors keep prices low with simple setups and minimal overhead, passing the savings to you. This means you can eat well, try more dishes, and stretch your travel funds further. The low cost encourages culinary adventure. Sample a variety of foods without breaking the bank. Street food isn't just cheap. It's your ticket to spontaneous, diverse eating experiences. For travelers, it's the ultimate wallet-friendly way to taste the world. Restaurant prices are higher because you're buying more than just food. You pay for ambiance, comfort, and the luxury of being served. Rent, decor, staff wages, and amenities like air conditioning and clean bathrooms all add up. The service and environment offer a break from the chaos outside. Restaurants can deliver complex dishes and a broader menu thanks to bigger kitchens and skilled chefs. The higher price covers the full experience: comfort, service, and culinary artistry. You're not just eating, you're investing in a complete dining package. The street food versus restaurant price gap varies worldwide. In Southeast Asia, street food is a steal. In Europe, the savings are smaller. Smart travelers adapt, mixing cheap street eats with occasional restaurant splurges. Research local prices to set your food budget and maximize value. Sometimes a special restaurant meal is worth the extra cost. Other times, street food wins for quality and price. The key is spending where it matters most to you. Make every meal a smart, satisfying choice. Eating street food is a front row seat to local life. You're in the heart of the action, surrounded by locals, sights, and sounds. Watch your meal prepared right before your eyes, building trust and appreciation for the craft. The experience is raw, authentic, and deeply immersive. Street food breaks down barriers, connecting you with the community. It's a cultural lesson, learning through taste, observation, and participation. On the street, everyone shares the same love for good food. For true cultural immersion, nothing beats a sidewalk meal. Restaurants offer a different kind of cultural experience: calm, comfort, and reflection. Here you observe local customs in a relaxed setting, noticing etiquette and social rituals. The decor and ambiance tell their own story about the place. It's the perfect spot for meaningful conversation or quiet contemplation. The slower pace lets you savor each bite and appreciate the chef's skill. Restaurant dining is less chaotic, more contemplative, a personal window into local culture. Sometimes the best way to absorb a place is from the comfort of a quiet table. Perhaps the most rewarding aspect of any cultural experience is the human connection, and both street food and restaurants offer unique pathways to connect with people. On the street, your interactions are often brief, but incredibly direct and personal. You are interacting with the very person who is cooking your food. Despite potential language barriers, a simple smile, a thumbs up, or an appreciative nod can create a powerful moment of connection. Many street food vendors are proud of their craft and are delighted to see a foreign visitor enjoying the food they have so lovingly prepared. This simple, non-verbal exchange can feel incredibly genuine and heartwarming. These small interactions can often lead to bigger conversations. If you show genuine interest and respect, a vendor might share a story about their family recipe, explain an ingredient you've never seen before, or offer a tip on another great place to eat nearby. You're also interacting with fellow customers. You might strike up a conversation with a local who is happy to practice their English and recommend their favorite dish from the menu. These spontaneous encounters are the magic of travel. They are unplanned, authentic moments of cultural exchange that happen naturally in the shared, democratic space of a street food stall, turning a simple meal into a lasting memory of human connection. Restaurants, on the other hand, facilitate a different type of interaction. The relationship with your server can be a gateway to cultural understanding. A good waiter or waitress is more than just someone who takes your order. They can be a cultural ambassador. They can explain the menu in detail, tell you the story behind a particular dish, and offer recommendations based on your preferences. Taking the time to ask them about their favorite foods or about local dining customs can lead to wonderful conversations that enrich your meal. This interaction is more structured than on the street, but it can be incredibly informative and personal, providing a deeper context for the food you are about to enjoy. Moreover, dining at a restaurant that is popular with locals provides an opportunity to be part of a community, even if you are not directly interacting with everyone. You are sharing a space and an experience with people who live in the city. By observing, listening, and soaking in the atmosphere, you gain a sense of belonging. Whether it's the direct, heartfelt smile from a street vendor, or the insightful conversation with a passionate restaurant server, food acts as a universal language. It is a powerful bridge that connects us, breaking down barriers and reminding us of our shared humanity, one delicious bite at a time. Let's tackle one of the biggest concerns for travelers: food safety. Many people are hesitant to try street food because they worry about hygiene. They see the open-air setup and immediately think it must be less clean than a restaurant. This is a common and understandable fear, but it's often based on misconceptions. The key to eating street food safely is not to avoid it, but to learn how to choose the right stall. A few simple observations can tell you everything you need to know about the safety of the food. The most important rule is to follow the crowd. A long line of locals is the best possible sign that the food is not only delicious, but also trusted and safe to eat. High turnover means the food is fresh and not sitting around for hours. Look closely at the vendor and their workspace. A clean and organized cart is a very good indicator of overall hygiene. Do they handle money and food with the same hands, or do they have a system to keep them separate? Do they have access to clean water for washing hands and utensils? Another crucial tip is to watch the food being cooked. Opt for stalls where the food is cooked to order right in front of you. A dish that is pulled from a hot wok, a deep fryer, or a searing grill and served to you piping hot is far less likely to harbor any harmful bacteria. Avoid food that looks like it has been sitting out at room temperature for a long time, especially meats and seafood. These simple rules will guide you to safe and amazing meals. Now let's turn the tables and look at restaurants. A fancy dining room with white tablecloths creates an illusion of perfect cleanliness. But the reality is, you have no idea what is happening behind the closed kitchen doors. The part of the restaurant you see is the public-facing area, which is always kept pristine. The kitchen, however, can be a different story. While most restaurants adhere to strict health codes, this isn't always the case. You are putting your trust in a system you cannot see. In contrast, the street food vendor's entire operation is on display. There is a radical transparency to street food that a restaurant simply cannot offer. You are the health inspector. Ultimately, getting sick from food while traveling can happen anywhere, from a humble street stall or a five-star hotel. The risk is never zero. However, by being a smart and observant eater, you can dramatically minimize that risk. Don't let fear hold you back from the incredible world of street food. Trust your instincts, follow the local crowds, and choose food that is cooked fresh and served hot. By doing so, you'll find that the streets can offer some of the safest and most rewarding dining experiences of your entire trip. It's not about avoiding risk but about managing it intelligently, which empowers you to eat confidently anywhere in the world. When it comes to the sheer variety of things you can try, street food presents a very compelling case. Because each item is inexpensive and served in a relatively small portion, you have the freedom to sample a huge range of dishes without committing to a single large meal. This makes street food the perfect option for the curious and adventurous eater. You can wander through a night market and create your own multi-course tasting menu. Start with a savory pancake, move on to a grilled meat skewer, try a small bowl of noodles, and finish with a sweet coconut-based dessert. This kind of culinary exploration would be impossible to replicate in a restaurant without a very large group and an even larger budget. This approach allows you to experience the breadth of a country's cuisine in a short amount of time. Street food is often highly specialized. One vendor might have mastered a single type of soup, while their neighbor is famous for a specific kind of dumpling. By moving from stall to stall, you get to taste the best version of many different dishes, each one perfected by a specialist. This is a fantastic way to quickly understand the key flavors and ingredients of a new place. For travelers on a tight schedule, this is incredibly efficient. You can get a comprehensive food education in a single evening, tasting your way through a culture's greatest hits, one delicious bite at a time. Restaurants, on the other hand, offer a different kind of variety under one roof. When you sit down with a restaurant menu, you are presented with a curated list that can be extensive. You'll find a wide selection of appetizers, soups, salads, main courses featuring different proteins, and a dedicated dessert section. This is incredibly convenient if you know what you want or if you are dining with a group of people who all have different cravings. You don't have to wander around, everything is available in one place. The restaurant menu is a carefully constructed journey, designed to offer a complete and balanced meal from start to finish, often with drink pairings to match. However, this convenience comes with a trade-off. While the menu might be long, it represents the vision of a single chef or kitchen. You are limited to their interpretation of the cuisine. You can't mix and match a starter from one chef with a main course from another. This is where the two styles truly differ. Street food offers you variety through specialization and movement, allowing you to be the curator of your own meal. A restaurant offers variety through a comprehensive menu within a single, controlled environment. Both have their merits, and the better choice depends entirely on your mood. Do you want to hunt for different treasures or have them all presented to you at once? Finally, let's talk about convenience and the pace of your meal, which is, honestly, a huge factor for any traveler. Street food is the undisputed king of speed and convenience. It's the original fast food, but, it's often much healthier and more delicious. When you're on the go, moving between museums, temples, and markets, you just don't always have an hour or two to spare for a formal sit-down meal. Street food is designed for this exact situation. You can walk up to a stall, point at what you want, pay, and have a hot, satisfying meal in your hands in just a matter of minutes. This allows you to refuel quickly and get right back to your sightseeing, maximizing your precious travel time. This grab-and-go nature offers incredible flexibility. You're not tied to a restaurant's opening hours or the need for a reservation. Street food stalls are often open from early in the morning until late at night, catering to the rhythm of local life. Whether you need a quick breakfast on your way to a tour or a late-night snack after an evening out, the street is always there for you. This convenience means you can eat whenever and wherever hunger strikes. You can enjoy a delicious bite while standing on a scenic street corner, sitting in a park, or even on your way back to your hotel. It's a style of eating that, honestly, perfectly complements a spontaneous and flexible travel itinerary. Restaurants, by their very nature, operate at a much slower pace. Dining in a restaurant is an event, not just a pit stop. From being seated and looking over the menu to ordering, waiting for your food to be prepared, and finally enjoying your meal, the entire process takes time. But, this is not a drawback, it's a feature. Restaurants are designed for leisurely dining. They provide a space to slow down, relax, and savor the experience. It's the perfect choice for an evening when you want to unwind after a long day of exploring, have a proper conversation, and enjoy a meal without feeling rushed. The time commitment is part of the package. This difference in pace makes each dining style suited for different moments. Street food is your best friend when you are short on time, on the move, or simply want a quick and delicious bite. It offers unparalleled convenience and flexibility. Restaurants are the ideal choice when you have time to spare and are seeking comfort, relaxation, and a more structured dining experience. A smart traveler knows how to use both to their advantage. Maybe you grab a quick street food lunch to save time during the day, and then book a table at a nice restaurant for a long, relaxing dinner in the evening. Understanding the pace of each option allows you to perfectly match your meal to the needs of your travel day. Let's be honest, sometimes comfort is king. After a long day of walking under a hot sun, exploring dusty ruins, or navigating crowded markets, your body just craves a little bit of rest and relaxation. This is where restaurants have a clear and undeniable advantage. The simple luxury of a proper chair, a sturdy table at the right height, and maybe, just maybe, the glorious blast of cool air conditioning can feel like the most wonderful thing in the world. This is the comfort zone. It's a space where you can finally put your heavy backpack down, lean back, and let your tired feet rest. Street food, with its tiny plastic stools or complete lack of seating, simply cannot compete on this front. The environment of a restaurant is designed for your comfort. It provides shelter from the elements, whether it's scorching heat, a sudden downpour of rain, or a chilly evening wind. This controlled atmosphere allows you to focus entirely on your meal and your companions without any external discomforts. You don't have to worry about balancing your plate on your lap while trying to fend off flies or breathing in the exhaust fumes from passing traffic. The restaurant offers a predictable and calm environment, an oasis where the primary goal is for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself in peace. It's a welcome and often necessary break from the sensory overload of travel. This comfort extends beyond just seating and climate control. Restaurants offer amenities that are honestly crucial for travelers. Having access to a clean, well-stocked restroom is a logistical lifesaver that you can't really put a price on. It's a place to wash your hands properly before a meal, freshen up, and take a moment for yourself. Many restaurants also offer free Wi-Fi, allowing you to check your map, look up your next destination, or send a quick message back home. These small conveniences add up, making the entire dining experience smoother, more pleasant, and far less stressful than trying to juggle everything on a busy street corner. So while the adventure of the street is thrilling, there are moments in every trip when comfort takes priority. When you are feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or just in need of a quiet moment to yourself, the appeal of a restaurant is incredibly strong. It's not about being lazy or unadventurous. It's about listening to your body and giving yourself the break you need to recharge. The guaranteed comfort of a restaurant is a powerful draw, and for many travelers, it's a non-negotiable part of a balanced and sustainable travel experience. It's the perfect antidote to a long and tiring day of exploration. For many travelers, food is not just about flavor and experience. It's also about navigating specific dietary needs, allergies, or personal restrictions. In this critical area, restaurants generally offer a much smoother and safer path. When you have a serious food allergy, like a nut or shellfish allergy, or a dietary requirement like being gluten-free or vegetarian, clear communication is essential. In a restaurant, you have a dedicated server who often speaks some English and whose job it is to answer your questions. You can take your time to explain your needs, ask about ingredients in specific dishes, and request modifications from the kitchen. This creates a much more controlled and reassuring dining experience. Restaurant menus themselves are often a great help. Many will have dishes clearly marked as vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free. They might even have a separate section dedicated to these options. In tourist-friendly areas, menus are often available in English, which removes a huge language barrier and allows you to understand exactly what you are ordering. This level of detail and clarity can be a lifesaver, providing peace of mind and allowing you to dine confidently without the fear of accidentally eating something that could make you sick. The structure of a restaurant is built to handle these kinds of specific requests, making it the default choice for anyone with serious dietary concerns. Navigating dietary needs with street food can be much more challenging. The vendor is often extremely busy, serving a long line of customers, and may not have the time or language skills to understand a complex request. The food is often pre-prepared in batches, making modifications impossible. A vendor might not even be fully aware of every single ingredient in their secret recipe sauce. This can create a risky situation for someone with a severe allergy. While it's not impossible to manage, it requires a lot more effort. You might need to learn key phrases in the local language like, "No peanuts" or "I am vegetarian," and carry a translation card to be safe. However, street food can sometimes offer a surprising advantage through its simplicity. Many stalls specialize in just one dish. If that one dish happens to be naturally gluten-free or vegetarian, you're in luck. You can see everything being cooked right in front of you, which gives you some ability to spot ingredients you need to avoid. But for travelers who cannot afford to take any risks, the communication, clarity, and controlled environment of a restaurant make it the far more practical and stress-free option. When your health is on the line, the ability to have a clear and detailed conversation about your food is a priceless advantage. In today's world, let's be real. If you didn't post it on social media, did it even happen? The visual appeal of our food has become a big part of the travel experience, and both street food and restaurants offer fantastic but very different opportunities for that perfect shot. Restaurants are masters of aesthetics and presentation. They understand the art of plating. A chef in a restaurant carefully arranges each component on the plate to create a work of art. The colors, shapes, and textures are all designed to be visually stunning. Combined with the soft, ambient lighting and beautiful decor of the restaurant itself, you have a recipe for a perfect, elegant food photo. This is the kind of image that screams fine dining and luxury. It's a clean, polished, and perfectly composed shot that looks amazing on an Instagram feed. Think of a beautifully crafted dessert with intricate details, a steak sliced perfectly to show its rosy center, or a colorful salad with every leaf in place. Restaurants provide a controlled environment where you can take your time to get the lighting and angle just right. The entire experience is photogenic, from the fancy cocktails to the elegant table setting. For travelers who want to capture the artistic and sophisticated side of their culinary journey, the restaurant is an unbeatable photo studio. Street food, on the other hand, tells a completely different visual story. It's not about polished perfection, it's about raw, authentic, and vibrant reality. The beauty of a street food photo is in its context and its action. It's the story of the place. The best street food shot isn't just a close-up of the food, it's a wider frame that captures the entire scene. It's the vendor's weathered hands working over a smoking grill, the steam rising from a huge pot of bubbling soup, the crowd of locals gathered around the cart, and the chaotic energy of the street in the background. This is a photo that has character, personality, and a powerful sense of place. This style of photography is about capturing a moment, not just a meal. It feels real, gritty, and alive. It shows that you are not just a tourist observing from a distance. You are right there in the middle of the action, experiencing the culture firsthand. These images are often more dynamic and engaging, telling a richer story than a simple plate of food ever could. So, the choice comes down to the narrative you want to share. Do you want to showcase the art and elegance of a cuisine? The restaurant is your stage. Do you want to capture the vibrant, unfiltered soul of a city? The street is your canvas. Both offer incredible social media appeal, just in very different ways. So, where does the balance lie in different parts of the world? The truth is, the ideal strategy changes depending on your destination, as each country has its own unique food culture. Let's take a quick tour. In places like Thailand and Vietnam, street food is not just an option, it is the heart and soul of the cuisine and daily life. From the bustling morning markets of Hanoi serving pho to the vibrant night markets of Chiang Mai grilling everything imaginable, the street is where you will find the most authentic, diverse, and delicious food. Here you could eat street food for every single meal and have an absolutely phenomenal culinary journey. While there are excellent restaurants, the street food scene is so dominant and essential that it should be your primary focus. Now let's fly over to Europe. In a country like Italy, the dynamic shifts. While you can find incredible street food like a slice of pizza al taglio in Rome or a delicious arancino in Sicily, the culture of dining is deeply rooted in its trattorias and osterias. The experience of a long, leisurely pasta lunch or a multi-course dinner is fundamental to understanding Italian food culture. Here, a great strategy is to mix it up. Enjoy a fantastic gelato or a quick panino on the street while sightseeing, but make sure you save plenty of time and appetite for proper sit-down meals in family-run restaurants. Similarly in France, the bistro and brasserie experience is paramount. A classic steak frites or coq au vin in a cozy Parisian bistro is an essential cultural ritual. Crossing the Atlantic to Mexico, we find a beautiful balance where both street and restaurant scenes are world-class. You absolutely cannot visit Mexico and miss out on its legendary street tacos, elote and tamales. The street food culture is vibrant, innovative, and incredibly delicious, offering an endless variety of regional specialties. However, Mexico also has a thriving fine dining scene, with visionary chefs who are reinventing traditional Mexican cuisine in breathtaking ways. In this case, the best approach is to embrace both with equal enthusiasm. Spend your days exploring the street food stalls and save your evenings for exploring the incredible restaurants. It's a country where both experiences are equally vital to a complete culinary understanding. Every country offers its own unique food landscape, and the smart traveler learns to read the local cues. The key is to do a little research and remain flexible. In some places, the street is king. In others, the restaurant holds the crown. And in many, they rule together as a powerful and delicious duo. Don't arrive with a rigid rule that you will only eat one or the other. Instead, arrive with an open mind and an empty stomach, ready to discover the unique rhythm of the local food scene. By adapting your strategy to the destination, you ensure you are getting the most authentic and rewarding experience possible, allowing the place itself to guide your culinary choices. So, after breaking down the flavor, cost, culture, safety, and comfort, what is the final verdict in the great showdown between street food and restaurant dining? The answer is clear, and it's not about choosing one over the other. The ultimate winner is the traveler who embraces both. Thinking of this as a competition where one must be better is the wrong approach. Instead, you should see them as two essential, complementary parts of a complete and well-rounded travel experience. They are two sides of the same delicious coin, and a truly great trip involves flipping that coin often. To fully appreciate a destination's food culture, you need to experience both the raw energy of the street and the refined comfort of the restaurant. Street food is for adventure. It's for the moments when you want to dive headfirst into the local culture, connect with the pulse of the city, and eat on a budget. It's for the curious and spontaneous traveler who wants to sample a wide variety of authentic flavors quickly and efficiently. Eating on the street provides you with unfiltered, memorable experiences and connects you to the daily life of the people in a way that nothing else can. It's about being bold, stepping outside of your comfort zone, and letting your taste buds lead you on an exciting journey. It's the best way to find the true, unapologetic soul of a cuisine, served up on a simple plate with a side of vibrant reality. Restaurants, on the other hand, are for comfort, conversation, and curation. They are for the moments when you need to slow down, relax, and recharge. They offer a space for reflection, a chance to have a meaningful conversation, and an opportunity to appreciate food as an art form. Restaurants provide a welcome oasis from the chaos of travel, allowing you to savor a meal in a calm and controlled environment. They are the perfect setting for a special occasion, a romantic evening, or simply a moment when you need the reliability of good service, a clean restroom, and air conditioning. They offer a different, more polished lens through which to view and appreciate a country's culinary traditions. Therefore, the ultimate travel food strategy is a blend. Mix and match. Start your day with a quick, cheap, and delicious breakfast from a street cart. Grab a convenient street food lunch to maximize your sightseeing time. Then in the evening, treat yourself to a wonderful dinner at a highly recommended local restaurant where you can relax and savor every bite. By combining both styles, you get the perfect balance of adventure and relaxation, budget friendliness and comfort, authenticity and artistry. You get a richer, deeper, and more complete understanding of the place you are visiting. So don't choose a side, choose everything.